I'm just feeling really serene today, ladies and gentlemen. Not entirely sure why. Just, I don't know, I just feel so positive today. Feeling good. Feeling awesome. But, again, that's just me. I'm sure that other people around are feeling kind of depressed or miserable. But, honestly, I'm feeling pretty excited. Partly because, honestly, this whole week so far has been pretty darn good. It's been excellent, even. But, yeah. So, there's that. And with that said, I always look forward to saying this. Happy Hump Day, everybody! Yep, today is Wednesday. Here we are halfway through the week. We're almost home free, ladies and gentlemen. We just gotta get through these next couple days. And then the weekend is well within our grasp. And speaking of grasp, actually, I have no idea where I'm going with this. I mean, honestly, as much as I was really proud of the fact that I shared with you guys my all-time favorite One Piece fight yesterday and the links up top in yesterday's video, or in the bottom, or wherever you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, I gotta come clean. I forgot how long that video was. That video is almost a whole hour. That's like 4 of my videos. Which you could totally watch on my channel, by the way. It's shameless plugging, I know, but that's something you can totally do. So, yeah. Let's see. What else is there to talk about? It's, you gotta say, the weather lately has been like crazy spread. First we got like flooding, that's nice, and if I didn't know any better, I'd say like this is like monsoon weather or something, Just no, I don't really know. But personally, I'm glad I don't know. Because there's some things in life I'm just never meant to know. Honestly, lately I've been trying to be mindful about everything going on, and while I can't get to everything, as I am not perfect, no one is, I still try. And that does make me feel good. There are a few things I like to commit to every day. And obviously one of them is being these videos. And I take time every day to think about how grateful and appreciative I am of many of the things around me. I'm grateful for my family's love and support, all the support of my friends and loved ones. Obviously you guys watching, because you guys are awesome. Remember that. And yeah, I always grateful to some of the values I have too. You guys know I practice low-kai. For those of you who don't know, low-kai is like this sort of company or whatever that adopted the practice of these like little silicone bracelets, like little silicone beads. And there are 2 different color beads in particular that are on the bracelet. You have a white bead, which contains water from Mount Everest, which, as we all know, is the highest point on planet Earth, and above sea level. It is technically the highest point on Earth, but specifically above sea level. Technically the highest point on Earth would be like the very top of our atmosphere. And then you have a black bead, which contains mud from the Dead Sea, which is the world's lowest point at sea level. Again, obviously the actual lowest point on Earth would be the Earth's core, which none of us are ever going to see because, well, come on, let's be real here. And it helped me adopt the practice of staying humble in the good times, as per the white bead, and hopeful in the bad times, as per the black bead. I take the time to do that every day because no day is ever perfect. I mean, there's definitely a lot more good than bad, and vice versa. But you're definitely going to appreciate yourself more when you realize that as long as you stay hopeful in the bad times and humble in the good times, you're going to find happiness. At least I have. I've also found myself to be really accepting and forgiving of things lately. Maybe it works a lot better than I thought it does. I mean, I actually thought about getting a bracelet itself because I discovered these bracelets at the Market Street Apothecary in Corning. Yes, Market Street does have an apothecary. I was there because I was actually getting medicine for, it was either my aunt or my grandmother. I forget. Hold on. You know what? I think it might have been my aunt. That was me. That was me snapping my finger right there. I think it might have been my aunt. And I actually saw these bracelets and I thought they looked really cool. And then I saw the price tag. Like $18 for a bracelet that could barely fit over my giant wrist. Oh, it probably stretches or whatever, but like, no. I don't want to pay $18 for something that small. Plus, I don't need a material object to know the value of something. You know, I don't need to know an entire person's life story to necessarily know what their values are. You know, I could always ask. And sometimes they'll politely decline. And sometimes they'll use sarcasm, which is a bit of a pet peeve of mine. But stuff like that happens in life. You gotta learn to accept and get used to it. I know I have. It's taken me a long time, but I have. Honestly, over the years, I figured I'd take myself a lot less seriously. Realize that happiness comes from within. And I honestly can pay tribute to the fact that these videos have really made me open up my eyes to a lot of things. It really has. I mean, again, this whole thing started off as a New Year's resolution. That video was barely like, 2 minutes? And now I'm making videos that are somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes. In one case, 20 minutes, but yeah. There are some videos that, honestly, luckily I haven't really made a video that I'm not proud of yet. I found a wall somewhere. Oh, the wall on the side. Knock on wood. Yeah, that actually reminds me of a funny story. After my freshman year of college, it was actually my brother's senior year at Boston College. And our entire family went down to Boston, pretty much. Like, my grandparents on my father's side, my grandparents on my mother's side. I mentioned that they are divorced, but this was like way back in the 1970s. It was like decades ago. And my aunts, uncles, everybody was there. And we go to this one restaurant in the Boston area. I believe it was called Bertucci's. I think it was Bertucci's. Someone's gonna remind me if I'm wrong, which it's okay if I'm wrong. I don't really care. But it's like an Italian restaurant. That believe it or not, that restaurant was actually the very first time I actually had bread with olive oil instead of bread with butter. You dip the bread in olive oil. It's so good. Anyway, so during our time there eating, I actually ordered the chicken parmesan that day. It was very good. We're having a conversation with ourselves, and my brother said that of his roommates, because he lived in like an apartment dorm type thing. I actually saw his room. It was actually like incredibly small. I actually have only seen his room once, but that's because we live 6 hours away from Boston, and yeah, I'm not in that big of a hurry to go. Don't get me wrong, I like the city of Boston. It's just incredibly far away. Very, very, very far away. I mean, now that I know for a fact I'm an adult and I can drive myself, I could probably make the time a lot faster depending on the traffic, and specifically the mass bike. And I just realized I am now beginning to diverge from what I was talking about. Anyway, during that lunch, because it was lunchtime. It was actually after the baccalaureate mass for my brother's graduation. Well, not mass, but ceremony. The next day he graduated. But during that lunch, my brother said that he's actually the only one of his roommates in which all four of his grandparents are still alive. And to this day they are. So I immediately yelled, knock on wood, and everybody at the table did it. Yeah, pretty much what I'm doing now. See, listen. Knock on wood. So, yeah. That was actually that was a fun family moment. And, yeah. I mean, I'm obviously not able to see my family every day. That's fine. That's part of life. But, you know, I call my mom every day at least. And honestly, we've been reconnecting a lot lately too. I really appreciate that. Although, now that I say that, I am definitely going to call her later today. But it's morning now. She's probably still... Actually, I'm positive she's awake, but she's probably busy. I don't want to disturb her. So, yeah. There's that. Man, I'm just feeling really good today, ladies and gentlemen. I am. And it's totally not to make up for the fact that I have absolutely nothing planned except for what I'm going to put in today's video description. But that's another story. So, yeah. Personally, how do I honestly don't know how to think of a way to end it. So, other than, you know, went from loci, family, positivity, you know, I ran the entire gauntlet of happy thoughts today. But then again, it is hump day. In that regard, we have every right to be happy. And that's why in today's video description, I actually put in my inspiration for what makes me feel good on a Wednesday. Although, when you guys look at it, you'll know. I basically say why in the beginning of every video on Wednesday, but... And, spoiler alert, I'm going to be saying it again. But, let's be honest. When I say this particular thing, I don't do it the justice that what I put in the link does. Well, maybe I do, I just don't really realize it. But I do practice it every day. Well, not every Wednesday, I should say. But I am now completely and utterly running out of ideas to say, so I think I better stop before I make a complete moron of myself. Hey, I know I said I'm a moron, but at least I know what my limits are, okay? So, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could really use the support on YouTube. I am humbled I made this video for all of you to watch and enjoy for today. I'm extremely hopeful that we all have a wonderful hump day. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk to me or chat with me, I'm always going to be here on Facebook, so I'm near, and I'm always going to have your back. So, take care, everybody. And one last thing. I know it's a little early in the week to say this, but as long as football season is going on, go Cowboys! Take care, everybody.